Welcome back. Last week we analyzed poetic pattern and we saw assonance, consonance, and rhyme that are the elements a poet uses to create poetic pattern. This time in the poem we are going to analyze that is coming by Philip Larkin, we are going to see that he does not use rhyme, for example, at the end of lines, and he does not use alliteration, and he does not use many of the elements. Still, we can say that the poem still retains its music. Let me read it out to you. On longer evenings, light, chill, and yellow bathes the serene forests of houses. A thrush sings, laurels surrounded, in the deep bare garden, its fresh-peeled voice astonishing the brickwork. It will be spring soon, it will be spring soon, and I, whose childhood is a forgotten boredom, feel like a child who comes on a scene of adult reconciling and can understand nothing but the usual laughter and starts to feel happy. As you can see, there's no rhyme in evenings, yellow, serene, and houses. Still, as I said before, Larkin uses another element. For example, this is in bathes the serene forests of houses. The element he's using is the run-on line that he repeats all over the text in laurel surrounded in the deep bare garden, its fresh peeled voice here, astonishing the brickwork. And then, and I, whose childhood is a forgotten boredom, feel like a child who comes on a scene of adult reconciling. Well, all these are examples of run-on lines that Larkin uses to create poetic pattern. I mean, this music, this rhythm in the poem. We can see also two elements we analyzed in last week. That is the repetition of consonant sounds. It is what we call consonants. And here the consonant sounds that we can read are the dark L, longer evenings, light, chill, and yellow, right? If you pay attention to this sounds, longer evenings, light, chill, and yellow. There is some music created by the repetition of the L sound. Apart from pattern, we can say that in this poem, Larkin is celebrating spring. This is a type of poem that is called reverie. Reverie is a type of French poem that celebrates life, that celebrates spring. Reverie means regreening, because in spring everything becomes green again, or lives comes back. And this is what actually Philip Larkin is doing. He's celebrating the comeback to life. How does he do this? Well, by contrasting, for example, the longer evenings with the serene foreheads. Chill is in contrast with bathe. When you bathe, or when you bathe somebody, when you bathe a baby, what you do is to give it warmth. This warmth represents the comeback to life. That is in contrast with the chill and the long evenings of winter. Another element that we can use to support this idea of reverie or regreening is the thrush. Remember that a thrush is this bird that appears, that comes back in spring. And it's a laurel, it's laurel surrounded. That is to say, the laurel tree, el árbol de laurel, is the place the thrush has chosen to start singing and to celebrate spring. So not only is nature coming back, but, well, the bird as part of nature is also coming back to life with the green leaves of the laurel. However, this laurel surrounded tree, or the laurel surrounded bird, is in contrast with the deep bare garden. The garden has not been covered, is not covered with flowers or grass, because spring is coming. However, again, the contrast, the voice of the bird sounds fresh peeled. It's a fresh peeled voice. Fresh peeled makes us feel that the bird has never used his voice before. He is like using it for the first time. That is to say, not only are trees or nature coming back to life, but the voice of the bird is fresh, is brand new. And then there is this voice announcing, it will be spring soon, it will be spring soon. This repetition, you see, it's twice the same line is repeated. Remember that one of the elements that poets use to build up a poem is repetition. Well, here we can see the repetition of two lines. And these lines sound like a mantra. This mantra announcing the future, what is about to happen. It will be spring soon. And this is in keeping with the use of the present participle in coming, right? What is coming, we wonder. Well, after reading the poem and analyzing the poem, we may say that the implied message is spring is coming. The present progressive is coming, together with will be spring too, announces that very soon spring will meet us. It's interesting that in the first part of the poem, Larkin uses personification because the light, the air is bathing the foreheads of houses, and it's astonishing that the thrush astonishes, it surprises very much the brickwork. It's the houses that are personified as if they were bathed like a person, a baby, and if they would feel astonishment, the surprise, experience of surprise of seeing the regreening of nature. However, in the second part of the, after the mantra, it will be spring soon, it will be spring soon, we can hear for the first time, I whose childhood is a forgotten boredom. In other words, the poem, or the poet, the persona, is referring to the I, a personal I, first person I. And this I, this person, has not had a memorable childhood, because it's a forgotten boredom. That is to say, he didn't enjoy his childhood very much. But, and again, the contrast, remember the contrast between the chill evenings, the chill long evenings with the warmth of spring that is coming. Well, again, the boredom of childhood is in contrast with the laughter he feels. I mean, he feels like laughing now. Why? And he starts to be happy. Why does he start to be happy? Well, because spring is coming. So the long evenings, the chill evenings, the boredom of childhood is in contrast with the warmth of spring, and the laughter, the song of the thrush, the announcement, the mantra, it will be spring soon, it will be spring soon. So this is what Larkin uses to celebrate spring. And it's interesting to pay attention to this and can understand nothing. So this is not a question of understanding or knowledge. There is nothing you should know. It's just something you have to feel. The comeback of life is something you should reconcile with. I mean, even though you may be sad or bored, you should reconcile with the happiness and the laughter that spring proposes. Well, as you have seen, we have analyzed a lot of elements that Larkin uses to build up his poem. The use of run-on lines and some consonants in the poem to build up the rhythm. Then to celebrate spring or reveille, he uses this contrast between coldness and warmth, light and darkness, laughter and boredom, song and the silence. Well, I hope you have enjoyed the poem, and we will meet again soon. Bye for now.